Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking into the disappearance of Nancy Stewart Hranko Williams. It says she was 5'3" and weighed about 100 pounds. She was missing from Sandy Springs, Georgia, which is right there. We pretty much consider it to be Atlanta. She was 26 years old at the time that she went missing. She was living with her boyfriend in Sandy Springs, Georgia in 1988. Her family has not heard from her since March of 1988. I don't know when she was finally reported missing. I don't know how exact the dates are. Her family says it's uncharacteristic of her to be out of touch with them for so long. She had brown hair, reddish brown hair, was bleached blonde in 1988, and blue eyes. Tattoos of the letters JENFR across her knuckles. And I think that photo is too small to actually be able to see. Here's another picture of her. Missing adult Nancy Williams, Bobby Joe, Nancy Stewart Hranko, Sandy Springs. 26 years old, 5'3", 100 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. Nancy is from Ohio, but last known to be living in Sandy Springs, Georgia at the time of her disappearance. Her hair was bleached blonde, and it pretty much has the same information. And this is the Charlie Project. It gives her date of birth as October 9th, 1961. May use the alias Bobby Joe. May have had other tattoos. Wears an upper denture plate. At the time of her disappearance, her hair was bleached blonde. She may also dye it black. She was living with a man in Sandy Springs, Georgia in early 1988. She told her mother she was afraid of the man and wanted to leave him. The couple sometimes visited her family in Ohio and stayed at the Rogers Hotel in Wheeling, West Virginia during the visits. She kept a room there. In February 1988, the man Williams had been staying with her, called her family collect, and said she'd left him and was en route to Ohio Valley area. That was February, supposedly, allegedly in 1988. Her family reported her missing shortly thereafter. They never heard from her again. Williams' family has not heard from her since early 1988. She has had a troubled, high-risk lifestyle. She was a known drug user and sex worker, frequently hitchhiked and visited bars, and had an arrest record. However, her family says it is uncharacteristic of her to be out of touch with them for so long or to abandon her young daughters. So she went missing before March of 1988. Since Williams disappeared, there hasn't been any activity on her Social Security number. Both police and her family believe she was murdered. Both Ohio and Georgia authorities are investigating her case. So it sounds like she went missing as early as January or February of 1988. Maybe before he even called. We're not sure. Nancy Stewart Hranko Williams, 26 years old when she vanished, had a young daughter, but that may have been about all she had going for her. Police detectives investigating her disappearance said she had a hard life. Davis didn't mince words when describing Williams. She was a known drug user and a prostitute. She said of her sister, "I'm not like that. My mother was a Christian, and I am too, but she was still my sister." Let's see, they traveled to meet with the missing woman's family in Powhatan, I don't know how to pronounce that, Powhatan Point, and to search for clues in her disappearance. They became involved in the investigation after Davis reached out for help. She contacted their department because her sister was living in Fulton County, Georgia when she went missing. That area was later incorporated, today is known as Sandy Springs now. Davis and Nancy Williams was born and raised in Powhatan and was living in Georgia with a man her family did not know well. When they lost contact with her, the family members all lived in Powhatan Point, according to Davis, and Nancy would hang out in Bel Air and Wheeling. Davis said her sister kept a room at the Rogers Hotel in Wheeling where she would sell sexual favors. The man in Nancy's life was identified by Davis as Robert Mayhew, a.k.a. Bob or Tom Katz, and Bob or Tim Wilson. She said he would accompany her sister on frequent trips back and forth from Georgia to the Ohio Valley. The detective says they're not sure about the identity or the whereabouts of Robert Mayhew. They added that they would appreciate any information that a member of the public might be able to provide about him, since they would like to talk to him about the case. Nancy had lived a low lifestyle, had been known to hitchhike, been in prostitution, frequented frequent to bars, and had been in several jails. Davis wrote about her sister. She was a small woman, 5'2" to 5'4" tall, and weighed about 95 to 100 pounds. She had a short reddish blonde hair that she sometimes dyed black, and blue eyes. Born October 9th, 1961, she used the alias Bobby Joe, according to family members. She also had the tattoo on her fingers spelled out JENFR, and may have more tattoos. And you can pause this and read it if you like. They believe she was murdered. No physical evidence of her remains. So if you have any information about her, where she was hanging out, where she was staying, different places where she might have been, that you can help them with that information, please contact them and let them know. Here's the Doe Network. This says she was 5'3", 100 pounds, reddish brown, bleached blonde when last seen. And I didn't realize she could have been anywhere from like 5'3" to 5'2" to 5'4". Let's see. What we have. We have a Jane Doe found in Shively, Kentucky. We're going to look at some Jane Does. I don't know if any of them could be her, but we're going to look at some. She was found in 2005. Estimated year of death was 1990 to 2005. So she could be almost anybody, about 5'2". Bones were discovered during a demolition of several outbuildings by a bulldozer. Brown hair, medium brown, only short shards found on the skull. No clothing, eyewear, footwear, jewelry, or anything like that found with the body. Here's their artist rendering, I guess you would call it. And then we have another female found in Virginville, Pennsylvania, found in 1992, estimated age 25 to 40. Estimated PMI 1 year, so probably died somewhere around between 1990 and 1992. Estimated to be about 5'3", age 25 to 40. While plowing his field, the farmer unearthed remains of skeletonized body that had been buried in a shallow grave. It was determined the body had been there for at least 1 year. An exact cause of death was unable to be determined. Numerous bones of lower extremity and neck were never recovered. Brown hair, light brown, approximately 3 inches in length. And there's some more information about the clothing and jewelry. And let's see. We have another Jane Doe found in Louisiana. Found December 22nd, 1991, close to Christmas. Estimated age to be 22 to 29 years old. Estimated PMI was only 3 weeks. Estimated to be about 5'4". The race, ethnicity is got a lot of them. Located in a wooded area near Benton, Louisiana. Unidentified female has black, white, Hispanic ancestry characteristic. All parts recovered. Reddish brown hair. And then it gives information about a ring. And there's her picture. Here's a Jane Doe found in New York in September of 1985. Estimated date of death would have been January to June 1985. About 5'4", short blonde, natural brown hair. Estimated age 30 to 50. And you can read some more about that if you'd like to pause it and read it. She was found near the intersection of Lucas Avenue and Route 209 on September 23, 1985. A man working on his car in the parking lot of a nearby warehouse had taken a walk at twilight and found her remains tucked deeply into a thicket. She had lain there most likely since June of that year, judging from the condition of 2 saplings that had cradled her body. Wild strawberry plants obscured a clear view of her. We have this Jane Doe found in North Carolina, but it looks like she may have had long hair. Estimated age 20 to 30 years old, and I don't know if that's just their artist rendering or if they found those hairs. Height to be about 5'2". Found by hunters in a wooded area off Bear Creek Road. All parts recovered. Not recognizable, near complete or complete skeleton. And you can pause that and read the clothing if you'd like. We have a Jane Doe found in Winchester, Virginia in 1991. Estimated PMI 2 months. Estimated year of age 20 to 39. Height 5'3" to 5'6", 114 to 135 pounds. Those are both estimated. Unidentified white female found under brush, leaves, and rocks on an undeveloped lot in a subdivision. Hair strawberry blonde, long dark blonde hair. So let's see. We have a Jane Doe found in New York in 1990, estimated age 25 to 45. Estimated height 5'3", estimated weight measured 5'3", measured 75 pounds, dead only hours. Unknown female found on the roof of a building in the Bronx, recognizable face, brown, dark brown hair, thin, 6 inches. You can pause this and read it. She had multiple tattoos. Definitely probably not going to be her, but Jane Doe found in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1988. Estimated death 12 hours prior. Accidental cocaine overdose. Age 21 to 35 years old. 5'4", 108 pounds. Brown shoulder length curly hair. A blue butterfly tattoo in front of pelvic area. And a victim was located behind a convenience store at 5190 South State Road 7 in an unincorporated Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Her death was due to an accidental cocaine overdose. Her body was dumped at the location. Jane Doe found in Milton, Florida in 1986. Estimated date of death 2 to 6 weeks prior. Homicide, suffocation, or drowning. Possibly Spanish descent, 5'4" to 5'8". That's a little bit too tall, maybe. But you can pause that and read it if you would like. I don't know if any of these could be her, and there's a lot more Jane Does at the time. So here's a Jane Doe found in Staten Island, New York. Estimated age 18 to 30 years old. Estimated year of death 1989. Estimated PMI days 5'4", 110 pounds. Unknown white or Hispanic female found on rocks on water at Edgewater Street and Highland Boulevard. Reddish brown. Oh, the hair was long, like 10 inches. And you can pause that and read it. Another Jane Doe found in Nevada, age 24 to 33 in 1990, about 5'2". Passerby found the descendant's skull and mandible approximately 50 feet from a dirt road in a ravine at mile marker 9 east at State Route 447. You can pause that and read more about it if you'd like. And then we have one more. Found May 29, 1989 in Las Vegas, Nevada, age 25 to 50, estimated 5'2". Rock hunters discovered the skeletal remains in the west end of a wash approximately 2 miles north of mile marker number 13 on North Shore Road. So I don't know if any of those Jane Does could be her at all, but if you have any information about anything about her, please contact authorities and let them know. It's been a lot of years. I'm not sure what they have in their file folder or if they knew where she was at different times, being that she was so far away from her family a lot of times. And if you know who any of those Jane Does could be, please contact authorities and give them any of that information as well. Even if you feel like it's hearsay, somebody's been drinking and talking over the years, you're not sure if it's accurate, you're not sure if it's true, you're not sure if it's relevant, let them decide what's relevant, what's important. Don't forget to pray for their family, their loved ones. Feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.